Welcome, Winnemucca, to show number 6 for week number 5 of the Winnemucca InnSiders Football Show. And, boy, last week was a tough week. Terry, give us the rundown.
It's been tougher for nobody worse than myself. I got a 2. I'm embarrassed to actually read these results, but I guess it's my job. Yeah, Dave had 6, which is respectable.
Yeah.
We've had 4 weeks now. And,
yeah.
I think I have a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 6. I've had 1 6 so far. I mean, just terrible. I thought I had good picks last week, too. But stop, making my choices with my heart. Gary had 4, so collectively still under 500. So it's been a tough go against the spread so far. But it's only week 4. We got 14 weeks to go. We got 17 weeks of the contest. I need some comeback. Comeback weeks here.
In our contest, the leading score for the first 4 weeks of the season, which is a quarter over now, is 26.
Wow.
In the employee contest, it's Brian, our bartender, with 25, and guess who follows right behind him? That's right, our buddy at the end of the table here, Mr. Dave Arwicki, with 24. And then me and Anton, our fearless chef.
I don't want to talk about my.
We have 20, and Terry, should we tell everybody where you're at? You're in the teens.
Yes.
Just and the low teens.
Subject to change.
Subject to change. Anyways, folks, we got to get going here, so we're going to talk about the first 3 college games. Terry, take it away here.
So first game is Auburn at Mississippi State. Auburn's only a 3.5-point favorite here. I didn't actually write the record down, but I think Auburn's still undefeated. Of course, playing in the SEC. Tough game. 3.5 is going to the. I think Auburn is ranked 3rd in the country, 4th in the country. They're still up there. We were talking about the Washington
Big
game earlier.
Team.
They've they beat Washington first game of the season, and I don't think they've looked back since. I'm going to take Auburn. I like Auburn until they lose.
Well, go ahead, Dave.
I'm going to go with Auburn as well.
That's simple. Okay, well then let me tell you something, guys.
The SEC is always tough at home.
I don't know how to.
Mississippi State.
I am all over Mississippi State
Okay.
on this one, you
Good.
guys. There's no way I'm going to go with you two on this one. I think Auburn is ready to have a loss. So game number 2. This is going to be a good one.
So Oklahoma at Texas. It's an almost like an in-state rivalry when they play each other.
Yeah.
They're in Texas, but they're not too far away. Both teams travel well. There'll be a lot of Oklahoma fans at the Texas Stadium. Texas is a 7.5-point underdog this year. Oklahoma's undefeated, I believe, so far, and I think the point spread is where it should be. I'm on the fence here. Let me hear what you guys have to say.
All right, well, I'll go. I think Texas is a much improved team this year. I still think they have a ways to go, but Herman, who was a former Ohio State Buckeye offensive coordinator, Tom Herman, doing an excellent job there as he did at Houston, and he's going to turn this program around to where they're going to be consistently an 11-win team, 11-win seasons year after year. Oklahoma, well, I really don't like Oklahoma, to be honest with you, so I'm taking Texas all the way in the points.
Okay.
Tell you what, they play for blood in this game. This is no joke. They really hate each other, these two teams.
But they're playing at the Cotton Bowl.
And they're playing in Texas?
It's in Texas, but at the Cotton Bowl, not at...
That's where they always play.
They always play this game at the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, what a hated rival this is. I'm going to take Texas in the 7.5 points. Like Gary said, I think they're a much improved team this year. Despite their loss at Maryland, Maryland's not that bad. I'm going to take Texas and hide behind the 7.5 points, I hope.
I'm going to go the other way and just take Oklahoma. They're 8 points on the sheet. They're 7.5 here. I'm gaining a half point on the book. That's the way I look at it.
Nice.
Next game is Notre Dame, and they are a 6-point favorite on the page, but they're 5.5 on our contest. At Virginia Tech, Notre Dame's looked pretty good so far.
I'm crying foul right now because Dave puts the dang on Fighting Irish Catholics on there every week. He knows I can't stand Notre Dame.
It's the best game.
He does it on purpose. It makes me crazy.
I try to put the best
And
game.
just for that reason, folks, Notre Dame is the worst undefeated team in the country. Hands down, they're going to get spanked at Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia. Take the Hokies.
I never even gave it a second thought to put this game on there, but I'll tell you something.
I just had to say that, Dave, because it's just fun to say it.
I'll tell you something. Notre Dame played really good last week, but I'll tell you what, doing that twice in a row, especially at Virginia Tech, one of the worst places to play in all of college football. I'm going to take Virginia Tech in the 5.5 points. That's a lot of points for Virginia Tech if they don't win the game outright.
Virginia Tech's good this week, or good this year. They're always good the first half of the season. I told you guys that. We're still in the first half. But I'm going to jump across and take Notre Dame because, again, I'm going to take the half-point advantage over the bookies line.
All right, and I noticed, Dave, that you're wearing your Yankee hat today. Now,
That's right. I have to support my team.
They're probably going to lose tonight.
I doubt that.
Opening game.
Well, I can tell you right now, Brian didn't think they were going to lose the Cubbies, and they lost in the 13th, and they're out.
They lost 2 games in a row.
Well, that's the Cubs. That isn't the Yankees.
Okay. So, folks, that's going to do it for segment number 1, and stay tuned for segment number 2. So we'll be right back. All right, folks, here we go. This is segment number 2, and this is going to be the first 4 pro games here. So, Terry, take us away here because this is your game.
It's not my game. I keep getting burnt on these guys. So Seattle won last week, but they didn't cover the spread, so I lost that game by the hook, the half point. The Rams look awfully good. I think, so far through 4 games, they're undefeated. And we have the Kansas City Chiefs on the contest as well. I think they're the only undefeated teams left. The Rams look like the best team. They have not really been, they haven't looked shaky at all. I think their offense is good. Their defense is good. I hate that they're in my division. And I can't believe I'm going to do this, but no, I'm not going to do it. I'm taking the Seahawks.
I knew he wouldn't do it.
There's no way on God's green earth that Terry was going to go against.
It's 7.5 points.
I mean,
I'm looking at the
that's
points
almost like you going against Washington State Cougars, Terry. It's not going to happen.
There's times when I know that they're probably not going to win the game. I just can't.
You can't pull
usually
it.
bring myself to play it that way.
Well, let me tell you something. I was going to lean the Seahawks. But when I watched that idiot player last week give the finger to his own team, forget you, Thomas. I'm glad your leg's broken and you didn't get any contract money. You got exactly what you deserved. I'm taking the Rams just because you're an idiot.
I'm taking the Rams because Seattle just has a lot of dissension on that team. I never even saw nothing like that in my whole life. I never saw a guy give his own team the finger. I got to go Rams here.
It's
Not
crazy.
only that, the Rams just have a great team this season. It's that
Rams have
simple.
a tough team. That is, I think that's the crux of it. Next game, we have the Giants playing at the Panthers. Giants 1-3 on the season. Panthers 2-1. They've already had their bye. In fact, they're coming off their bye, and that's kind of why I like them here. I think they've had 14 days since they played a game. The Giants at 1-3 aren't looking like much of a challenge. I think the Panthers can do it. Don't really like the 7.5, but I'm going to take it anyways.
Well, I think the hook is what's going to sway me over to the Giants. I think that their offense is starting to get better each and every week. They're not a playoff contending team, but I think they're good enough to stay within the 7.5 points. I'm taking the New York Giants.
Boy, this is a tough one here. The Giants aren't that bad with Saquon Barkley and everybody else that they have. Their offense isn't even that bad this year. The Panthers, I see them going back to the playoffs. I like the Panthers here.
Wow, I'm surprised.
With me on
Giants had your Penn State boy there, and he's one of the reasons I took the Giants.
Well, that's a lot of points for a team as good as the Giants in the NFC East. I'll still take the Giants. 7.5's a lot.
All right.
So our next game, all these games have been tough with the spread. Jaguars are playing better than I think people expected at 3-1.
Yep.
Going against the 4-0 Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs have a hell of an offense. I seen a stat on Mahone, and he is tied with Kurt Warner in his Super Bowl season with 14 touchdowns through 4 games. I think the only person who's ever done better, Peyton Manning, once had 16 going after 4 games. So he is on fire. Their offense looks great. If you've seen the game on Monday night, their defense doesn't look so good. It looks like they can be scored upon.
I think they could have got beat on Monday night. That quarterback missed a wide open receiver streaking down the sideline there. If he hits him, they get beat on Monday night.
Well, the problem was the
the
receiver started out slow on that route. If this receiver runs the route correctly and sprints like he's supposed to, that pass gets completed. Now, and the other thing of it is, the hook and ladder play would have worked if the kid would have ladled it properly. I thought Denver could have beat the Chiefs.
Well, if I mean, every game. And what about that play at the end? It was a do or die play for the Chiefs. There was no time left on the clock. They didn't call it dead. They got a 30-yard gain on that play.
Yeah.
Anyways, Chiefs are definitely beatable. I don't know if it's going to happen this week. I think at home. I am totally on the fence here, and I'm flipping back and forth in my mind, and I'm going to put my T on the Jags.
Yep, and I'm with the Jaguars as well. I think their quarterback is playing a lot better than people thought, and I think the Chiefs quarterback, it's going to catch up to him.
We'll see.
Not this week, it's not.
He
I'm going
did
to take the
lose,
Chiefs.
One of my fantasy receivers, Sammy Watkins, is out now. He
So now who'd you take?
Well, no, he was one of the weapons that the Chiefs have that they don't have going this week. Dave, I don't think that's a bad pick at all. It's a tough game to pick. But,
So have we picked any game yet?
We're not, no, because I keep going against you guys. I should have been with you on Texas and Virginia Tech, but I went the other way out of spite. But
Oh, no, you mean Texas and
It's not
Oklahoma.
out of spite. You're
That's what
trying
I'm
to
saying.
catch up. I don't
I'm on
blame
the other
you.
side of the Texas and the
Okay.
Virginia Tech game. Virginia Tech games, plural. I'm taking Notre Dame and Oklahoma. Otherwise, those should have been unanimous.
Well, this game's a no-brainer for one of us at the panel here.
The Eagles are hosting the Vikings. We've got a 1-2-1 Vikings going to a 2-2 Eagles. Eagles are a 3.5-point favorite at home. I'll let you start.
I'll start it. Every time the Eagles have started the season out at 2-2, they've made the playoffs. It's not going to change this season. I'm telling you,
So that's
Carson
the
Wentz
right
is ready
number.
to get back. They have guys coming back. I like the Eagles in this game. The Vikings aren't the same Vikings. They're not that good, and they're going to have to play the Eagles in Philadelphia this time. And believe me, them fans are mad. Eagles win this week, 24-20. It's not going to be easy. They're going to win 24-20.
You know, I got to agree. I think the Vikings are not very good. After that debacle against the Bills, I don't see how I could take the Vikings, giving up a couple points at Philadelphia. So I'm with Dave on the Eagles.
Well, they've been burning me every week here. I'd have really good scores if it wasn't for the Eagles, but I got to write them out. They're due to win.
Well, honestly, I was happy, folks, when my buddy Dave won his first Super Bowl with the Eagles. But the Eagles, that was last year. They are not invincible this year whatsoever. The Vikings, they've been up and down all over the place. I like Kirk Cousins. I like the Vikings. They're going to rebound. They're going to upset Philly in Philly. So I'm on the Vikings.
I don't think there's an invincible team in the NFL. I mean, the best team, in my opinion, right now is the Rams, but they're not going to make it through the season undefeated.
Nope.
I don't even think they make it 10 games undefeated. In fact, the Seahawks might take them down this week.
Could be.
Could be.
So,
They're
folks,
NFL players.
that's going to end segment number 2 for us. And when we come back, we're going to go to the last 3 pro games, and then Terry, Dave, and myself are going to give you our best bets of the day, so stay tuned. Welcome back, folks, to segment number 3 here as we're going to wrap up week number 5 of the Winnemucca Insiders Football Challenge here. And remember, folks, come down every Monday night. We're having great crowds down there, a lot of fun, a lot of giveaways, and great food. And we also have the Oktoberfest. We also have the Oktoberfest specials going on.
So the Jaeger Schnitzel is definitely worth trying. The
pretzels.
are good. He's got a nice little specialty menu. We got a couple German beers, one of them on tap.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So that's good. Next game, we've got the Packers playing the Lions. Packers are 1.5-point favorite at the Lions. Packers 2-1-1 on the season. Lions are 1-3.
Why is the spread only 1.5?
It seemed the Packers. After
Dissension.
Which team's got dissension?
Well, I mean,
Packers won 22-0.
Aaron Rodgers trashed his coach the other day. So
that's just a motivational speech.
That's common.
I know, but I'm going with that.
This day and age, it's common. No respect.
So does that mean you're going with the Packers?
Absolutely, I'm going with the Packers. I'm totally liking Aaron Rodgers. I gotta go. Hey, first of all, my theory is you go with the best quarterback, folks.
Unless
Aaron
you have another
Rodgers is.
theory.
Huh?
If you have no other theory to use, you go with the best.
Exactly. So Terry knows how my theories work. Whatever I'm talking about, that's the theory. So I'm going with Aaron Rodgers because he gets paid more than Matthew Stafford.
That doesn't always work, but in this instance, I think 1.5 doesn't seem like enough points. It does. It almost seems.
It's an insult.
It's not. I don't know about an insult. I mean, again, they're 2-1-1 on the season, so they're not exactly lighting it up. Lions are 1-3. Just doesn't seem like the Lions have it put together. I like the Packers after their performance last week, although it was against the Bills.
Yep.
But the Bills are up and down. They look like a different team against the Vikings 2 weeks ago. And then last week they didn't score a point. So
Who can
I'm
figure?
taking the Packers. Dave, who are you taking?
I'll tell you something. Packers Lions here. What does Matthew Stafford and Sam Bradford have in common?
They beat the Packers.
They both are overpaid by millions, and they both stink. So I take the Packers here because I think the Lions, I don't even know how the spread is 1.5. I don't care if it's in the Lions or not.
Okay, so there's one that were unanimous. It took
I am so glad,
8 games to get one.
Dave, that you put in the word stinks in there. Because I don't think I've got it in yet.
No, I don't think you did this show.
Doggone it.
2 games left.
Oh, okay.
Dave uses it at least once or twice.
I know it, but he beat me this
Pretty
week.
fortuitous with that stinks word. I don't think I've ever used it.
Oh, I know I have.
Oh, you've used it.
Well, not in this context. But
No.
anyways. So next game we have the Dolphins. I think one of the better games of the weekend. A 3-1 Dolphins going up against your Bengals. I got to call them now.
Thank you.
The Bengals
Thank you very much.
Are laying 5.5, meaning they're favored by 5.5 over the Dolphins. Dolphins have been a bit of a surprise so far. I think this game could be closer. I kind of like the Dolphins with the 5.5. I think they're going to play them tight, and I look for this to be a 3-point game one way or the other. That means I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Okay, so remember our buddy Rod, my buddy Franco, and Dave always talk about that 5.5 number, folks. That 5.5 number.
Yeah.
For that reason, I'm going against that whole theory. Why? Well, it's my Bengals, and I'm taking the Bengals at home. I don't think the Dolphins can do it on the road.
Not because they have a better quarterback?
Their quarterbacks are about even in this one.
Boy, this is a tough game here.
That's a real
Bengals
tough
are
game.
playing good. You
I
can't
think
deny
I
that.
think it's one of the better games of the weekend. 2 3-1s.
I do.
From opposite AFC divisions, and this could be
I
an
agree.
important game down the road.
Yeah, I agree with you, Terry.
Boy, if New England's going to get in there, they have to hope the Dolphins get beat here. I like the Bengals in this game. Bengals are for real. I like the Bengals here. Despite
so
the
that's
5.5
2 on the,
number. That's true. That does come in a lot, but not
2
this
on the
time.
Bengals, and I'm on the Dolphins by myself. I'm by myself on a number of games. So, yeah, this could be a big week for me, one way or the other.
Or not.
That's what I'm saying, one way or the other. Next game, last game on the contest, Titans at the Bills. Titans are 3-1, and Titans are playing better than I think was expected coming into the season.
Well, their defense is tough.
The defense is tough. Bills, they played 3 of their 4 games on the road. They won that one road game in Minnesota. I don't know what we've got going here, but they've looked pathetic for 3 weeks. Great 1 week. I look for them to get dumped this week. I'm going to jump right out and take the Titans. I even had it pre-starred before I came in here. That's going to be my best bet of the week as well. That's how I'm even going to put real money on this game. That's how good I feel about the Titans.
Terry, just give me the money.
Don't.
Just give me the money. I'll book the game for
Really?
you.
You guys like the Bills over the
I
Titans?
love the Bills in this one. Josh Allen rather has been up and down. I get it. He's a rookie. This week it'll be an up week. So I'm going to take the Bills and the points at home to cover.
He's been up and down. He's been down, bunch of turnovers, and then down. Okay.
Wow.
I see what you got going there.
Titans beat the Eagles. They're living on top of the world. They're not that good. Them as a favorite, can't handle it. I got to take the Bills at home.
Okay. So there we go. And I already, spoiler, I said I like the Titans enough to make them my best bet. I don't think there's an easy game on here. As I was going through them earlier, again, that one stuck out to me. I think the Titans are going to be a bit of a surprise. They're going to, they're a playoff contending team this year, in my opinion. Of course, we're only 4 weeks into it. A lot could change. Injuries always make a big difference here, but I'm taking the Titans as my best bet. By the way, in the best bets last week, I was a loser. Dave had a winner. So far, Dave's winning on the best bets picks.
Yeah, I'm 2-2 on the season. And here's my best bet, folks. Because every time I went against this team, I've won. I cannot stand Notre Dame and the Fighting Irish. If they blew up the Golden Dome, I would be happy. So take Virginia Tech. That's my best bet.
I hate to copy you, Gary, but that was my best bet, and I got to stick with it. I got to go with Virginia Tech over Notre Dame.
All right, so we're both on
Team
it.
to play in Virginia Tech. That's a winner, folks.
Love that. So that's going to wrap up our picks, our best bet for week number 5. Remember, folks, hey, if you haven't turned in your sheets for a week or two, doesn't matter. First of all, there's been a lot of low scores. Second of all, the most important thing is you win $50 if you have the best score of the week. And obviously, come down to Monday nights, we have a blast.
It's mostly fun, yeah. This is a for fun contest.
It is. And it's for bragging rights. And if you can't tell, us 3, we take it serious because we want to beat each other. Okay? And that's it. Dave, any closing words before we sign off?
Not really. Keep in there, folks. Like I said, Gary's right. There are a bunch of low scores in there. You're still in it.
All right, folks, that's going to do it. For my buddy Dave, for my buddy Terry, I'm Gary. We'll see you next week.